Well, the key theme in our report this year is Together More is Possible. And it recognises two things. One is harnessing the whole group, both internally, and the second part is harnessing all of our partnerships externally. So we look at it as leveraging all of the many capabilities we have inside Balance. But also when we look at our partners, both onshore and offshore, and indeed our shareholders, leveraging and working together makes the whole so much more powerful. And that's why we've chosen that theme. Our financial performance this year has been quite different, but is very much a reflection of the tough environment we're operating in at the moment. So overall, we're quite happy with the result. The volume and the revenue has been pretty strong in a dairy market in particular, which has been quite depressed. But beyond that, the prices that we've been offering our shareholders up front is a reflection that they need the money right now, and our part to play in a tough year is to give them the best possible price for their nutrients right up front. The second driver of the rebate was really a problem we had in the last 12 months with our ammonia urea plant at Kapuni. So this is a facility that had a problem with catalyst this year, and it happened at about the second month of production, which meant that the plant operated at about 75% of capacity for the whole year. It's a very complex plant. It took us 9 months to obtain the replacement out of Europe. It's custom made, it's very specialised, and then get it installed. But that's all behind us, and the plant is up and running beautifully at the moment. So with the lower prices up front and the Kapuni challenges throughout the year, they were the main drivers of a lower rebate. So like any company operating in the agribusiness sector, you're subject to huge variability both within a season and within seasons. So to survive that volatility, you really have to have a very strong balance sheet. So one of the things we've done at Balance is to make sure that irrespective of the season, we maintain a strong balance sheet so that we can always provide the best service and affordable and reliable nutrients to our shareholders in the good years and in the bad years. A strong balance sheet for a cooperative is a must, and we're in a really good position. Value beyond the rebate is really at the heart of what a co-op such as Balance is all about. If you go back to the very reason we were established in the first place, it's about affordable and reliable supply of nutrients. That doesn't change. But beyond that, we need to add much more value. So we've set ourselves a purpose internally of together creating the best soil and feed on earth. So what does that mean? Well, first of all, it's motivating for staff. It means we have to be listening very closely to our shareholders to understand their interpretation of value from us beyond just the supply. And mostly that means, how do our nutrient specialists relate to them on their farm visits and add value to their farming system in terms of improving their productivity and including improving their profitability? Well, the year ahead will probably be full of as many surprises as the one we've just come through. Personally, I think there will be a modest recovery in the dairy payout. The market's still quite oversupplied. Sheep and beef will continue to go reasonably well. All of those will be tempered by whatever happens in the New Zealand dollar exchange rate. If it stays strong, obviously that's good for imports, particularly nutrient imports, but it's no good for exports such as milk, meat, and wool and fruit and crops. So it's going to be a bit of a mixed bag. Globally, the world market is slowing, but people still need to eat. And people value high quality protein that we produce in this country. So whether that is wool, it's meat, it's dairy, or indeed it's in the arable and fruit area, the demand for premium New Zealand products is strong. It will continue to grow, and I think that sets us up for a good year in front of us, but I don't think it's going to be a boom year. I think it will be a slow, steady recovery, but on a long-term trend, it's looking very good indeed.